In the past decade, a new profession has emerged, one that didn't exist a generation ago. Content creators, individuals who build careers, entertaining millions through online video platforms. But behind the subscriber counts and viral videos lies a troubling reality. The pressure to constantly perform, to push boundaries, to chase algorithmic success, has proven fatal.
I used to think my dead family would look down on me. I used to think every time I was masturbating that my old ancestors were looking at me from heaven and like, how pathetic. I'd be like, no! Family, no, I'm not that disgusting, okay? Oh God. That's the stuff that me as a kid used to think about. That's why I'm on YouTube. Don't tell me I'm the only one. I'm vulnerable. Did anybody else think that shit when they were younger? It was me.
On June 20th, 2019, Brooklyn-based gaming YouTuber Desmond Daniel Amafa uploaded a video titled "I'm Sorry" to his backup channel. In the 8-minute recording, the 29-year-old spoke directly to his audience of over 1 million subscribers. His tone was calm, almost resigned, a stark contrast to the high-energy personality his fans had come to expect. YouTube removed the video within hours, citing violation of their self-harm policies. Later that same day, Desmond's belongings, including his Nintendo Switch gaming console, were found abandoned on the Manhattan Bridge. He was reported missing by concerned friends and family. 4 days later, on June 24th, the New York Police Department recovered his body from the East River near the South Street seaport. The medical examiner confirmed death by drowning, ruling the manner of death as suicide. But Desmond's death didn't happen suddenly. The warning signs had been visible for months, broadcast to millions of viewers who watched his mental health crisis unfold in real time. Desmond Amafa was born in Brooklyn, New York, to Ghanaian politician Owuraku Amafa. According to interviews with family members, Desmond was drawn to gaming and internet culture from an early age. In 2012, he launched his YouTube channel, EW Network, short for Eternal World Network. For the first 2 years, growth was slow. Desmond struggled to distinguish himself in the crowded gaming commentary space. His breakthrough came with Nintendo's character reveal trailers for Super Smash Bros. 4. Unlike polished, scripted reactions common on the platform, Desmond's responses were raw and genuine. When new fighters were announced, he would leap from his seat, shout with excitement, and provide commentary that resonated with Nintendo fans worldwide. Viewers described watching his reactions as experiencing the announcements with your most enthusiastic friend. His subscriber count grew exponentially. By 2018, the channel known as Etika had surpassed 800,000 subscribers, with total views exceeding 146 million. His fanbase, who called themselves the Joy-Con Boys, treated each upload as an event. Desmond had achieved what millions of aspiring creators dream of: a devoted audience, recognition within his community, and the ability to earn income doing what he loved. But the persona he'd created, the constantly energetic, perpetually enthusiastic Etika, was becoming increasingly difficult to maintain. In October 2018, Desmond's online behavior began to change noticeably. He posted cryptic messages on Twitter and Instagram. During live streams, he made concerning statements about death and existential themes. Gaming content was increasingly interrupted by rambling philosophical monologues. On October 25, 2018, Desmond uploaded pornographic content to his main channel, resulting in immediate termination by YouTube. 800,000 subscribers, 6 years of work, disappeared overnight. According to police reports and statements from friends, Desmond was hospitalized multiple times over the following months under New York's mental health law, which allows emergency psychiatric evaluation for individuals who may pose a danger to themselves or others. Each hospitalization followed a similar pattern concerning online behavior, intervention by friends or authorities, a brief stay, then release. And each time the cycle would repeat. Desmond created replacement channels, but these were also terminated after similar policy violations. Fellow content creators, including Keemstar, Scarce, and others in the gaming community, publicly attempted to reach out. According to mental health professionals who have studied the case, though they did not treat Desmond directly, his public behavior suggested symptoms consistent with bipolar disorder during a manic episode, possibly complicated by other factors. What made Desmond's case particularly complex was the public nature of his decline. Millions of people watched, but many interpreted his increasingly erratic behavior as performance. Another Etika moment designed to generate attention and views. In a culture where creators routinely stage pranks and manufacture drama for content, distinguishing between performance and genuine crisis became nearly impossible for his audience. The very platform that had given Desmond fame was now amplifying his mental health emergency while providing no meaningful intervention. On June 19, 2019, Desmond recorded what would become his final message. The video was uploaded to his tertiary channel, TR1 Iceman, the following morning. The 8-minute video showed Desmond speaking calmly to the camera. His characteristic energy was absent. According to those who viewed it before removal, he appeared exhausted but lucid. He apologized to his mother, Owuraku Amofa. He apologized to friends and fans. He spoke about the pressures of content creation, about feeling trapped by expectations, and about mental health awareness. Within hours, YouTube removed the video for violating policies against content that promotes self-harm or suicide. This decision, while consistent with platform policy, meant that Desmond's final words, including potential context that might have aided intervention, were inaccessible to those trying to locate him. Later that evening, surveillance footage captured Desmond walking across the Manhattan Bridge. He left behind his wallet, his Nintendo Switch, and personal items on the pedestrian walkway. He was reported missing on June 20th. The New York Police Department issued public appeals for information. Desmond's friends and family shared his photo across social media, hoping someone had seen him. For 4 days, search teams combed the area. On June 24th, his body was recovered from the East River. Desmond's death prompted important questions about mental health support systems for content creators, the responsibility of platforms to intervene during visible crises, and the parasocial relationships between creators and audiences. In the months following, YouTube announced expanded mental health resources and updated crisis intervention protocols. The platform partnered with organizations like the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline to provide better support. Researchers and mental health advocates pointed to systemic issues: the pressure on creators to constantly produce content, the isolation of working alone, the financial instability, and the performance of happiness, even while struggling internally. Sometimes, the pursuit of viral fame leads to decisions that are reckless, desperate, and immediately fatal. On June 26, 2017, in a small Minnesota town, a young couple made a choice that would end in a gunshot heard around the world. Hallstatt, Minnesota, a farming community on the North Dakota border where economic opportunities are limited, and for many young people, social media fame represents an escape. On June 26, 2017, 22-year-old Pedro Ruiz III convinced his pregnant girlfriend, 19-year-old Mona Lisa Perez, to participate in what he believed would be their breakthrough video. The couple had been documenting their lives on YouTube since March. Pranks, county fair visits, family moments with their 3-year-old daughter, Aaliyah. After 3 months and 18 videos, their channel had attracted fewer than 300 subscribers. Pedro's plan was simple. Mona Lisa would fire a .50 caliber Desert Eagle handgun at his chest. He would be protected by a hardcover encyclopedia held against his body. The bullet would stop. The footage would go viral. He had tested the concept, firing at a different book from a distance. The bullet penetrated roughly halfway through, but did not exit. Pedro believed this made the stunt safe, but this time, he was wrong. According to court documents and witness statements, nearly 30 friends and family members gathered in the couple's backyard that evening. Mona Lisa was 7 months pregnant with their second child. Hours before the stunt, Mona Lisa posted on Twitter, "Me and Pedro are probably going to shoot one of the most dangerous videos ever. His idea, not mine," she said. Her reluctance was evident.
So if I'm gonna die, I'm pretty much ready to go to heaven right now.
But Pedro's enthusiasm and their desperate need for views and income overrode her concerns. At approximately 6:30 p.m., Pedro positioned himself in the backyard, holding a gold-colored encyclopedia, 1.5 inches thick, against his chest. Mona Lisa stood roughly 1 foot away, holding the Desert Eagle. The firearm is one of the most powerful semi-automatic handguns manufactured, with muzzle velocity exceeding 1,400 feet per second. According to the 911 call recording released by authorities, the shot was fired at approximately 6:30 p.m. The bullet tore through the encyclopedia and struck Pedro in the chest. He collapsed immediately. Despite emergency response within minutes, Pedro Ruiz III was pronounced dead at the scene. Mona Lisa Perez was arrested and charged with second-degree manslaughter. Investigators recovered 2 cell phones, one belonged to Mona Lisa, containing footage of the incident, evidence of the stunt that was meant to launch their channel. In December 2017, she pleaded guilty. The court sentenced her to 180 days in jail, with the sentence served in 10-day increments over 3 years to allow her to care for her children. She received 10 years of supervised probation and a lifetime ban on owning firearms. The court also prohibited Mona Lisa from profiting from the story. No book deals, no interviews for payment, no monetization of the tragedy that destroyed her family. Their daughter Aaliyah, who witnessed the shooting, grew up in a single-parent household, forever marked by what she saw that June evening. According to research, approximately 96.5% of YouTubers do not earn enough from ad revenue to reach the US poverty line, yet the platform's algorithm prioritizes and promotes the exceptionally successful, creating what researchers call survivorship bias. Aspiring creators see the winners, not the millions who struggle. For young people in economically depressed areas like Hallstatt, these success stories can seem like the only path to financial security. The desperation to escape poverty makes increasingly dangerous stunts seem like acceptable risks. The tragedy illustrates how platform economics can incentivize life-threatening behavior, particularly among economically vulnerable creators. Pedro Ruiz believed a 5-second stunt would change his family's life. He was correct, but not in the way he imagined. The video that was supposed to save them instead destroyed everything. The footage exists on police evidence servers, never published, never monetized, a permanent record of dreams that became a nightmare. His death was the result of desperation and miscalculation. But some creator tragedies stem not from recklessness, but from underestimating the raw power of nature itself. In October 2024, 600 miles north of the Arctic Circle, an experienced outdoorsman would learn that confidence is no match for a Scandinavian blizzard. In October 30th, 2024, Jokkmokk region, Swedish Lapland, approximately 600 miles north of the Arctic Circle. At 2 a.m., 22-year-old Belgian YouTuber Storm de Boel sent a video message to a friend. The footage showed heavy snow accumulating on his backpack and boots. Tonight, it's going to get worse. Jesus Christ. Hours earlier, he had texted his grandmother with characteristic confidence. It's snowing heavily here, but don't worry, I'll survive, you know. At 2:08 a.m., Storm placed an emergency call requesting rescue, but weather conditions prevented immediate response. And when rescue teams reached his campsite the following afternoon, they found Storm's body in the woods nearby. The experienced wilderness survivalist had been overcome by a sudden, severe blizzard. Storm de Boel had survived countless nights alone in Europe's most remote regions, but that October night proved to be one too many. Storm grew up in Geraardsberg in Belgium as the only child of divorced parents, Bout and Elizabeth de Boel. According to his loved ones, he was drawn to solitude and nature from an early age. And by age 19, he was taking solo expeditions across Europe. In previous years, he had successfully biked 6,000 kilometers through Sweden, demonstrating considerable wilderness competence. In 2024, he launched his YouTube channel documenting these journeys. His content was minimalist, largely wordless videos of camping, hiking, and experiencing nature. The channel attracted 12,000 subscribers who appreciated the meditative ASMR quality footage. His father had helped convert a Peugeot 307 into a camper van for extended trips. In his final text to his father, Storm wrote, "Dad, it took me a long time to know what I wanted. But that's what I want." What he wanted was solitude in the world's wildest places, and what he found was nature's indifference to human ambition. By late October, Storm had spent 5 months traveling through Northern Europe. His last uploaded video, posted October 23rd, 1 week before his death, was titled "Camping in the Forest, No Shelter." The footage showed Storm in complete control, Calmly setting up camp in beautiful wilderness, viewers commented on his skill and composure. On October 29th, Storm reached a location approximately 1 day's walk from his vehicle. Weather forecasts called for snow, but not extreme conditions. Storm had handled Nordic winters before. However, Lapland weather is notoriously unpredictable. According to meteorological data from the Swedish Meteorological and Hydrological Institute, temperatures dropped to -6 degrees Celsius, with a wind chill reaching -20. What began as manageable snowfall rapidly intensified into severe blizzard conditions. Winds were strong enough to uproot trees near his campsite. Storm's emergency call at 2 a.m. indicated he recognized the danger. But rescue helicopters could not safely fly in the conditions, as ground teams could not reach the remote location quickly enough. At some point during the night, for reasons which no one, even the investigators, could not determine, Storm left his tent. Whether seeking better shelter, disoriented by the storm, or attempting to reach his vehicle, the decision proved fatal. His death sent shockwaves through the outdoor adventure community. His YouTube channel became a memorial, with viewers sharing how his peaceful videos had inspired their own connection to nature. According to data from the European Wilderness Society, experienced outdoor enthusiasts account for approximately 40% of wilderness fatalities, often due to overconfidence or underestimating rapidly changing conditions. Storm de Boel had conquered thousands of miles of European wilderness. He had documented stunning landscapes and inspired thousands to appreciate nature's beauty. But nature demands respect without regard to experience. A single weather system, a single decision, a single night, and 22 years of life ended in the snow. His legacy serves as a reminder: the wilderness we seek to capture on camera does not negotiate, does not grant exceptions, and does not care about our subscriber count. Sometimes, the dangers emerge from success itself, from wealth, from loss of purpose, from the psychological collapse that follows when an empire built on digital gambling vanishes overnight. In August 23, 2018, San Diego, California, approximate 4:30 p.m. Witnesses reported a black McLaren 650S traveling at excessive speed, estimated over 100 miles per hour, in the wrong direction on the northbound HOV lane. The driver was 18-year-old Trevor Heitman, known online as McSkillet, to his 900,000-plus YouTube subscribers. At 4:32 p.m., the McLaren collided head-on with an SUV driven by 43-year-old Aileen Pizarro, who was traveling with her 12-year-old daughter, Ariana. All three died instantly. The collision triggered a multi-vehicle accident involving 11 other cars. Aileen and Ariana were described as the kindest, most caring people in the world. They were returning home from a normal afternoon. 6 months earlier, Trevor had been living what many teenagers would consider the ultimate dream: a wealthy, famous, and barely out of high school. What happened in those 6 months remains a case study in how quickly digital success can collapse. Trevor Heitman built his fortune on virtual items called skins, cosmetic modifications for weapons in the game. Counter-Strike, Global Offensive. While purely aesthetic with no gameplay advantage, rare skins could sell for thousands of dollars in real money. Players traded them like stocks, and an entire gambling industry emerged. Trevor operated multiple skin trading and gambling websites, including CSGO Magic and CSGO Kingdom. According to financial analysis by gaming industry researchers, these sites facilitated millions in transactions. His YouTube channel documented high-value trades and showcased rare skins. At its peak, McSkillet had nearly 900,000 subscribers. Estimates suggest that Trevor earned approximately $4 million over 10 months. At 18 years old, Trevor owned multiple high-performance vehicles, including the McLaren that would eventually kill him and 2 innocent people. On March 29, 2018, Valve Corporation, the developers of Counter-Strike, updated their terms of service, effectively banning skin gambling websites. The new policy forced immediate shutdown of sites like Trevor's CSGO Magic. Overnight, his primary income stream vanished. Friends who close to him spoke to media following his death. Trevor's behavior changed dramatically. The confident teenager who had conquered an industry became withdrawn and depressed. While Trevor retained significant savings, the psychological impact was severe. His entire identity had been built around being the Skin King. That world no longer existed. Over the following 5 months, Those close to Trevor reported increasingly concerning behavior: social isolation, dramatic mood shifts, and growing recklessness. On the morning of August 23rd, hours before the fatal crash, surveillance cameras captured Trevor's McLaren crashing through a fence at an elementary school. No one was injured, but the incident suggested a crisis in progress. 6 hours later, Trevor drove the wrong way on Interstate 805. The California Highway Patrol investigation could not definitively determine whether Trevor's actions were intentional or the result of impaired judgment. No suicide note was found. Toxicology results were inconclusive. Dr. Thomas Joyner, a researcher specializing in suicide risk factors, notes that sudden loss of status and identity are significant warning signs, particularly in young people whose self-worth is tied to external achievement. Trevor's case highlights a unique danger in the content creation economy. Teenagers can build million-dollar empires on platforms they don't control, with business models that can vanish through a single policy change. But the broader analysis cannot obscure the human cost. Aileen Pizarro was a devoted mother. Ariana was 12 years old, with her entire life ahead of her. The Pizarro family released a statement: "No explanation will bring them back. We only hope this senseless tragedy prevents future loss." Trevor Heitman's story is one of spectacular rise and catastrophic fall. An 18-year-old who achieved wealth beyond imagination, only to lose everything when the system changed. But his choices on August 23rd transformed personal tragedy into the murder of innocence. 2 families were destroyed that day. Only one has received public sympathy.